I used to be, I would never charge top dollar, something average or reasonable. And like for Star Wars sets, like during the pandemic lockdown or whatnot, I know that was like a really hot time, but I'd list a Lego Star Wars set and I'd get like 4 bids in an hour. The set would sell definitely within 24 hours, easy money. But now, like, unless you're paying for, what do they call it? To promote your listing, it's so extortive from eBay. Like, I hate it. I don't do that now. My listings like get very few clicks, and I'm not doing anything differently. And I don't think there's more I don't think there's more supply out there. It's just they bury my listings because I don't pay to promote, which sucks. But and also eBay seller fees have gone up. So yeah, I just, it's a great, it used to be a great site, to find anything you want, like these really obscure, hard to find Lego sets or pieces. But now it's just a wasteland. I'm actually, quite disappointed there, that they ruined a good thing. For BrickLink, of course, yeah, if you need spare parts, like that's still the best, you're going to get exactly exactly what you're going to get, and it's a Lego expert community, so very knowledgeable sellers and who won't get you the wrong part or misrepresent the quality or the condition of the part, but just to get like full sets on BrickLink, the prices are generally just terrible. I don't know if there's much negotiating room, but I found it's not worth it, especially like, I'm USA based. A lot of sellers are in Europe, so shipping would make it prohibitively expensive. The prices for USA BrickLink sellers tend to be a little higher. I'm not sure if just that just kind of the GDP or the standard of living in the U.S. But so that almost cancels out the savings you would get from no international shipping. But I do sell a bunch of stuff on BrickLink. Yeah, I've had a store for over 10 years, and this is also how I recoup from used sets. So yeah, say I buy an old like ATTE Walker from like 7675 or something, from like around 2015. Hopefully, if it comes with the instructions and the box. I'm not a box collector, I barely have room in my house as it is for the sets. I don't know where the boxes would go, so I will sell the boxes on BrickLink. There are people out there who care and like to collect these retired boxes. So something, especially Star Wars era or anything old. Like I had a beat up, the UCS Death Star 2. I had a box there, and it's funny. Like I was the only seller in the world with that product, because they're just so rare out there, and they're kind of big, hard to ship. But somebody bought it from me for $200, so that's like free money. The box was just sitting in my attic, and hopefully now it goes to a seller who will enjoy it. So that's another way. So say you buy a retired Star Wars used Lego set for $200, and then maybe you can sell the box for $50. So minus fees and taxes or whatnot. Maybe you're only paying actually $160 for the set. So that helps. Also, if you can look for slightly incomplete sets, that we'll discount the price, but they're not missing super rare minifigures or valuable parts that you can complete the set with your own spare parts. That will save you money as well. So like over the years, again, it's been harder to get quality bulk used parts online, but if you garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, etc. These kind of like big 10-pound or over 10-pound sets of like. It's usually like parents clearing out their kids' old Lego that they don't need anymore. The kids went to college or whatnot, and the parents are not collectors, so they don't know the value of some of the some of the stuff they're selling. Yeah, you can get for fairly cheap. I think they say like rule of thumb like $10 per pound, but you can get as cheap as like $2 or $5 a pound of like bulk used Lego, and just build up your home supply. Especially kind of colors and parts that are common in Star Wars, like gray, black. These like windscreens and other translucent pieces that Star Wars uses for like lasers and lights and things. So I've done that over the years. Like my spare set, actually the spares in my garage are probably from like 3 or 4 big purchases I've got over the years. So not a lot, but again, like I probably had this like 20-pound purchase from a family where his kids grew up. So like online, you'll have more competition for listings that include set numbers or say Star Wars or something, because those are the keywords that the speculators and the other collectors are using. But if you find ones that are just like, nondescript or kind of a mix of themes, like, just big pile of Lego, or bulk Lego, a lot for sale, and maybe you can kind of see what are the contents of the lot by looking at, like, if the seller has a picture of instruction manuals, that are included, so you can kind of see what sets might be there, and of course, minifigs have the most value, so hopefully you can focus on big bulk lots that also contain minifigures, because one, that increases the likelihood that the sets will be near complete. And if you have the minifigures there that you don't need or you don't want to collect, you can again sell them online pretty easily to recoup some money. So yeah, I mentioned how like the pros and cons of like eBay, BrickLink. Selling on eBay, of course, you have a global audience. So the times, sometimes it's taken me 6 months, but I did find buyers for some sets and got good prices. Whereas like if I were to list on Facebook Marketplace for my local area, you just have a smaller customer base, and often they don't want to pay these pretty high prices for Lego. They're looking for deals too. Because I won't bother selling Lego if it's not like $50 or more. It's just not worth my time. But even though, like, say I might have a good price for a retired Lego set, like $100 for like Anakin's Y-wing, it's a pretty good deal. But to like non-serious sellers, they're like, dang, $100 for a used Lego, forget it. So Facebook Marketplace, you don't have to deal with fees and taxes, but then you have fewer available buyers, especially if you don't live in like a big metro area, like like some of the big U.S. cities. So yeah, that's and like I said, I've had my plenty share of like encountering weirdos on Facebook Marketplace, or like people that flake and don't follow up after they say they want to buy your stuff. So it's a lot of wasted time there. But lastly, I think Facebook Marketplace or like Nextdoor.com, you might run into, I feel like the only way to get deals anymore these days are, again, like parents who are not knowledgeable about Lego and they're just selling their kids old collections, which again, older sets that's where the value is. Star Wars